Good morning, everybody, on this beautiful day in Florida. Not a cloud in the sky. Nice and warm, not too hot, not too cold. And for everybody that's new watching this is the E-Bike Life channel. And today, I want to talk to y'all about DIY e-bikes in general. Should you own a e-bike or DIY e-bike in 2023? Well, there's some positive and there's some negatives about having a DIY e-bike in 2023. So I always like to start off with the cons, the negatives first, get them out the way, and then we're gonna go into the pros. So my first negative about having a DIY e-bike in 2023 is the wiring. Okay, so the wiring about the e-bike is that you're buying a bike out of a local bike shop, or a local department store, and it's going to be either a hardtail or a full suspension bike, whatever you chooses. And you go and buy your kit and everything, and then you have to do a lot more cable management than you would have to with a pre-built bike, because most of these pre-built bikes now has their wires and everything in the frame, or they had a custom battery box or a wire box to put everything in. I'm pretty sure you can make a custom battery box or wire box to put your wires in and everything. But I'm talking about people that, like me, don't have a 3D printer or don't have the resources to go and buy that type of material or the components to make some sort of box to hide everything. So that's the one reasons that you shouldn't have a DIY e-bike in 2023, because of just the cable management. Pre-built bikes have all this stuff internally routed sometimes, makes it look a lot neater, cleaner, more defined, and that's just about it. Number two, and this goes with number one also, and this comes with the battery. So number two negative of not having a DIY bike in 2023 is going to be the battery. Now, depending on which battery you get with your pre-built bike, most of the batteries are built inside the frame, or they integrated in the frame. So like I say, it's going to look neater, it's going to look cleaner, more defined, it's going to be more professional. I'm not saying you can't get a DIY bike to look professional, but from standards point of view is that when you buy a pre-built e-bike, no matter what, from the big local bike shop, or you go online, you want to buy like an area rider or Onyx Super 73, those type of e-bikes, the Hyper, they're just more, they look more professionally built because they say they hide everything in their e-bikes and everything. Now you're not going to get the best of the battery, you're not going to get the best of the hub motor and everything, but you will get a cleaner experience. It's going to feel more like an actual bike than an actual DIY bike, you know what I mean? So if you go to the store and you park your bike, and people will say, yeah, he look like he did at his house. But when you drive like something like an Ariel or an Onyx or something like that, and you pull up to the store, and they're like, dang man, that's clean. I like that. All right, how you doing? All right. So that's the con number two of not having a DIY e-bike versus getting a pre-built e-bike from ordering or at a store. And now this pertains to hub drives and mid drives too, because see now when you go get your e-bike from the store and everything, or order it, the mid drive is actually integrated in frame as well. Like if you go get one of those a Bafang mid drive, the CYC mid drive, the lift kit, lightning rods mid drive, all those mid drives are going to be out of the bike frame. So you're going to see that motor You're gonna see that chain. I mean, you're gonna see it, and I'm gonna try to get on the road, y'all. Hold on, because I want to get on over to this other road. We'll talk right quick. Let me get behind this truck. I had to kick it up in 3. Ooh, almost. All right, so I made it on this road. It's a lot of traffic on this road for some reason. It don't used to be a lot of traffic on this road. But anyways, and then you know what I'm saying, these bikes now, they come with belt driven and everything, so it's gonna be a lot more quieter. A lot more, I guess you could say efficient. I mean, I guess you can say efficient because, see, like they say, they got the controller to match the battery and the mud motor and everything. So you're not gonna have all the clunkiness of a DIY project. So to speak. I thought that was a car coming behind me. That's why I pulled over. So yeah, so not having a DIY e-bike in 2023 versus getting a pre-built one, you're gonna get more. I guess it's gonna be more intuitive. You know what I mean? The display is not gonna be so complicated, especially the people that's a little bit up in the age. You know, they're seniors and everything. And they want something that's nice, clean interface. They don't want to be going through all this complication, pushing buttons and everything, trying to turn off cruise control. They want something simple, and that's what you're gonna get in a pre-built bike. It's going to be more satisfying to a customer that don't have the technical know-how to actually put a DIY bike together. So they can just go in, they go into the store, they can order it, and it's coming. All they got to do is like put a handlebar or a front wheel on, and they done. Charge it up, and they're done. They can go out and ride. No, what I happen to set up, what I happen to tune the ECU, the speed control in, or setting your parameters and all that stuff. They might have to do something like the pedal assist sensor and all that stuff. They might have to fiddle around with that, you know what I mean? But they'll take time. They'll be able to get it all dialed in. So that's pretty much the negatives of not having a DIY e-bike versus getting a pre-built one. It's just going to be integrated. The wire is going to be hidden. Battery is going to be completely hidden, if not semi-hidden in the bike. It's going to be a lot. I guess you can say, be a lot lighter, and it's not an eyesore to people that looks like a bunch of wires going all over the place and so forth. All right, so I got the negatives out of the way. If I missed something out, please let me know in the comments. I will be gladly to hear from y'all, especially to all my subscribers out there that have been with me from day one. Most of y'all in the ways. So let me know what's up, and I will definitely get back with you. So with that out of the way, we're gonna go focus on why you should have a DIY bike in 2023. And I think the number one is going to be the price. It's going to be a lot cheaper for you to build you a DIY e-bike than it is to get a pre-built one, because now there is tons of companies that are actually making the hub motors, that's making the speed controllers, displays. There's just a lot of people out there. And don't get me wrong, some of the pre-built bikes are using the same, you're probably using the same controllers and speed and displays and everything, but it's gonna be a lot cheaper for you to build one. The top of the line e-bikes right now, I don't think not stuff bombers, but we're gonna go ahead and go to the pre-built ones, like your, I think the Trek got a couple of them that's up in the $2,000, $2,500. I noticed that there was There was a guy that had got some aerial rider Grizzly, and I think he paid almost 3,000 up to 3,500 for his. And to tell you the truth, I didn't pay that much money to build this one right here. So the price, definitely the number one positive of having a DIY e-bike in 2023 is just the price. You know, you're gonna go a lot cheaper to get to build your bike than you will getting a pre-built bike out of the store. Now, the number two, having a DIY e-bike or building a DIY e-bike in 2023 is going to be customization. You can customize your e-bike however you want it, however you fit to best of your so that when you ride it, you know what you got. So, and I said this on my last video about the pros and cons of having a DIY e-bike. So it's just going to be customization, because you, like I say, I brought this Swing Axum DP from Walmart, and I brought the QX205 Sabaton 200. I got a 72 volt 40 amp hour that I will be doing a range test on. So stay tuned for that video coming up. And to tell you the truth, and sorry to put the conversation to the side though, my 72 volt battery, 40 amp hour battery, it has a lot of range on it. I don't know how far I can go with it. I know I went 20 miles, 10 miles round trip and everything, back to the sheriff's station, and I came back to the house, and that was a 20 miles round trip. So I know I can go a lot further, but I'm doing like 35 miles an hour. But anyways, let's get back to having a DIY e-bike in 2023. As I said, it's a customization. So, like I previously said, you know what I mean, just that it's going to be your signature e-bike. Nobody can say I got one just like that unless you built one for them, exact replica of what you got. You know, so there's a lot of people that are getting these pre-built e-bikes, and you see them all the time. Either the only difference is going to be the color. Maybe the only difference, you're going to have your one-wheel drive, your rear-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, or both two-wheel drive models on your pre-built ones. That's if you get a more expensive e-bike, because they're going to come with a bigger hub motor, 500 watts, up to 1,000 watts. You know, I don't think I ever seen an e-bike, pre-built e-bike that's running 2,000 watts, unless they're like got 1,000 watts in the front hub or 1,000 watts in the rear hub, and together makes 2,000 watts. But not a single 2,000 watt hub motor in the back. I haven't seen that yet. So yeah, that's gonna be the number two of the positive number two of having an e-bike in 2023 is going to be your customization. I mean, I've seen a bunch of e-bikes, you know, that running like all they gear up front. You know, they got the cell phone holder. I mean, you can do that with a pre-built one too, but you know, they have their speaker system, the cell phone holder, their lights, you know what I mean, all over the place. You know, like I say, they just customize it. You can do the same thing with a pre-built one, but it's not going to be the same as you will with DIY e-bike, because a DIY e-bike, you're doing it from the bottom to the top. I mean, you're saving money building that DIY e-bike, you know, and you're gonna have fun doing it. If you have the know-how, you're gonna have fun doing it. That's all there is to it. You know, you might run into some troubles, you know, like, oh man, I thought this battery was gonna fit. Now I got to modify such and such to do it with, you know what I mean? So you're gonna go through those hardships when it comes to DIY e-bikes. Now when it comes to a big high power DIY e-bikes like this one, you're gonna run into some complications. But just any e-bike, like, you know, like your 1,000 watt, your 2,000 watt, 3,000 watts, you can run your a Halong 52 volt battery, 52 volt battery, 20 amp hours, maybe. That's gonna give you some good range, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't recommend doing a 13 amp hour battery. I mean, that's gonna get you from the corner store and back. You know, it depends on how hard you ride it, you know what I mean? So So anyways, it's nice and cool out here. Ain't run into nobody that want to race me or nothing like that. So that's a good thing, because I got 71% of battery. I haven't charged it up since yesterday, but I'm probably gonna charge it up. I'm gonna do a fully charged battery, and then I'm gonna do a range test on it. I don't know when I'm gonna do it, but it's gonna be coming up soon, because I got a couple of reviews I got to do. I got to do some fat tire bikes, some 20-inch fat tire bike reviews, you know, and I got to do a fat tire bike build for E-bike Kid and myself. So, but yeah, so in my opinion, I would rather just go ahead and do a DIY e-bike in 2023, because like I say, you can customize it and everything, and you don't have to, you know, buy a pre-built one if you don't like the performance, or it's a little too big, it's a little too, you know what I mean, or small. You can go into Walmart, or you go in the store or Target, whatever, and you're gonna get you a bike that you specifically like. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn man, I like that hardtail. I want that one. I think that's gonna do good. And then you can go pick your seat out. Pick your nice comfortable seat out. Then you can go and pick out your handlebars. You know, if you want a little bit of a riser, or you want them straight, you know, that's on you. That's your opinion. And that's why the DIY e-bike so much of a freedom. It's a freedom of choice. You can go out there and just, so there's a guy on a mini bike just rolled out that way, but I'm not gonna go mess with him. But it's just like the freedom of speech, you know what I mean? It's the freedom of choice, you know what I mean? You can I was saying mix and match controls and everything. You can do it to a certain point. I should have rephrased that. You can do it to a certain point where you can, because like the Sabotage controllers, they work with any hub motor, don't get me wrong, but you can't put any controller on a QS motor. It doesn't work that way, because of the phase angle is going to be way off. So the basic controllers you're going to be using for the e-bikes is going to be like from phase angle to like, I think 60 to 120 phase angle. And I think these, the QS 205 and the 273, I think they're in the 200s. So you can't put in a controller on those motors. So they have controllers specifically for these motors, like the Sabotage, the Far Driver, the BAC, you know, those controllers are going to be made for that motor, you know what I mean? I guess I'm gonna ride behind him. So yeah, I go. Yeah, he's a little too slow to cross the street. So anyways, now I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. I just wanted to share my thoughts again with y'all about having a DIY e-bike in 2023. Like I say, personally, my opinion, I love my e-bike. They've been reliable, haven't had no mishaps. I did have a controller problem where it just didn't want to come off, but that my people replaced it for me. But I noticed that it is doing a little bit battery sag, so it's not as efficient as my old controller for some reason. I don't know why. Because I'm draining more on this controller than I was on my old controller. So, but I'm not going to switch controllers, because my son's running a 40 volt on that one. I'm not going to do that. So I was going to just either get another controller and give this one to my old lady and have her to use this one on her e-bike. But anyways, I'm going to conclude this this video for now. Please let me know what y'all think, and give me some feedback on what y'all think about having a DIY e-bike in 2023. Is it good? Is it bad? Would you rather have a pre-built one, or would you build it yourself? So, but anyways, my name is Tommy. This is the E-Bike Life channel, and I will definitely see y'all in the next one. Stay tuned for more videos coming up, and I will be posting in a community post what I'll be doing in the near future. So I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.